So I'm curious, who is listening to this podcast episode simply by reading the title? The title is Schools Need to Invest in Their Teachers. Are you a teacher yourself? Are you an administrator? Are you a parent? Are you a part of the community who cares about the education of children? Well, today I'm going to talk very briefly, but very powerfully, I hope, to the fact that we need to start thinking about how we're going to be investing in our teachers. And more importantly, what I want to talk about specifically is why this is so important for our schools. What do the arts have to do with learning in SEL? Oh, so much. Join me as we explore the depths of how these things come together through SEAL, social, emotional, artistic learning. We'll look at the mindset, the methods, and the integrations that make SEAL so effective. So plug yourself in. It's time to get inspired. Hello, everybody. Elizabeth Peterson here from the Inspired Classrooms podcast. I'm so glad you have tuned into this episode today because we're going to talk about a topic that I am so passionate about. And I feel like I have always been in the back of my mind. But as the years have gone through, and I'm in my 24th year of teaching right now, I feel like the last few years, it's become more and more important for us to really think about where we're investing our time and our money in terms of our schools. All too often, districts and schools spend time and money on new programs and new initiatives and all the materials that go with it. And then they require their teachers to implement them. Now, in another episode, I would love to get into, what that then does to the classroom, because sometimes that can actually harm what's going on in the classroom. So we'll talk about that in another episode. But today I want to focus on the idea that what would happen if instead of spending all that time and money on the programs and the initiatives, what if we instead invested in the teachers themselves? Imagine if instead of investing so much on the mandated, scripted curriculums and all the materials that go with those curriculums, districts provided teachers with the kind of professional development that inspired their teachers, right? Got them excited about what they were learning. The professional development that's hands-on and, dare I say, arts-based. How amazing would that be? What if the professional development and time that districts and schools gave to their teachers really showed trust in their teachers as the professionals that they are? And it would be fantastic if that ultimately gave teachers autonomy to then take the innovative ideas and inspiring ideas that they're learning back to the classroom and then use them to instruct their students according to the needs that they know that their students right in front of them need. It would be amazing if districts and schools would also allow teachers the time and the space to work together, or even alone, to be creative in their craft. Just giving them that time can be so beneficial for teachers. There's never enough time, and teachers yearn for that type of time and space to be able to really hone in on their craft. Now, as education evolves over the next 10, 15, 20 years, we are going to see a shift in how districts treat their professional staff. Districts are going to need to invest in what teachers actually need so that they can be better equipped to help the evolving changes that we're seeing in the classroom. Now, some districts and schools are already doing this. Ask the numerous educators that find professional development that really inspires them, and then, wait for it, their district reimburses them. These are teachers who are not afraid to go after what they need and ask for the support that they deserve. Now, investing in teachers is just the surefire way to directly impact the knowledge building and the social emotional skills of our students. Because what's the alternative? Well, teachers continue to flounder. They flounder in frustration, knowing that they're just not getting the help and the support that they actually need. Teachers out there listening, it is our job to speak up and say what it is that we need, and then ask our administration to invest in their biggest asset. That is us. The biggest asset that a school or a district has is the teacher, and they need to start investing in the teacher. Schools that invest in their teachers are going to be the ones to make the biggest impact on students. It's true, you know it. So who is ready to help our students by first helping our teachers? That's what we need to be focusing on. All right, so I want to hear from you now. Please let me know what your opinions are, your thoughts are on this topic of investing in our teachers, and not so much some of the other stuff. Go ahead and DM me, find me on Facebook, Instagram. I got all my links inside of the show notes. And before I leave you today, I do want to just mention, how does this apply to the arts and to SEAL? And I want to just emphasize that the professional development that we've been providing for 16, 17 years now at the Inspired Classroom has always been centered around the teacher. It's always been focused on what the teacher actually needs. We truly believe that the teacher needs to be inspired in order to be inspiring to her or his students. That is at the core of what we want to provide for teachers all over the world. And it's been through the online courses and workshops that we've been able to do that we have been able to provide some of that for teachers all over the world. I want you to check out what we have to offer for you. And if utilizing the arts and helping your students with social emotional learning skills through the arts, through SEAL, is something that you're interested in, please check out what we have at theinspiredclassroom.com and see if something will work for you. The last piece of this is allowing yourself to find that voice so that you can work up the courage that you may need to ask your administrator to invest in you. Many teachers have been, and that's how some of the teachers have been getting into the SEAL teacher training course, for example, is because they have found their voice and understood how important it is that they are the ones that are being invested in. So consider that, and I hope to see you inside one of our courses, one of our workshops, and I can't wait to talk to you again next time. Thanks so much for listening. Please be sure to subscribe as we continue talking about arts, learning, and SEL through SEAL, social, emotional, artistic learning. If you want to learn more, go to theinspiredclassroom.com. My name's Elizabeth Peterson, reminding you to get inspired so that you can be inspiring to your students.